Hello and welcome to the Ardan Labs Podcast. This is Ali Kennedy, and today we have a special guest. He's Victor Varnado. Hi, Victor. How are you?
I'm happy to be here. Excuse me. Yes, I'm in New York. We just had a blizzard, so there's lots and lots of snow. So I'm in the house for, a while.
Until new orders.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So you're in New York City right now, and you just passed the storm. Tell me right now, in like 2 minutes, what's your area of work right now, and what is it that you're up to today?
It's hard to explain what I do. I guess I just have my own company that is kind of like an incubator for my ideas, and then whenever an idea becomes large enough, then sometimes it becomes its own project. And right now, the biggest thing I'm working on is the worldwide Tic Tac Toe Championship.
The World Tic Tac Toe Championship?
The worldwide Tic Tac Toe Championship, yes.
Wow, is that done?
It's going to start tonight at midnight.
Wow, is that done over like online and a platform specific, and anybody watch or something?
No, it's online. Anybody can play, and anybody can win prizes, and it's free. And anyone in the world can win. So whoever is the best in the world is probably going to win thousands of dollars.
Oh my God. How long does it take for that contest? Is it like time limit or?
Well, so the final day is going to be in March. So between now and March, we're going to give away prizes every day. So people can win prizes every day. So all you have to do is play and you win a prize. And if you, like right now, in fact, even though the contest hasn't launched yet, if you go to the arcade site right now, you could win a prize today.
Wow.
Yeah, easily. If you're good. I mean, if you suck.
Well, yeah, if you suck,
it
well,
depends
you just
how,
sit and
how
watch.
good you are. Yeah.
Okay. So who are the organizers of this tic-tac-toe contest?
The organizers are actually the worldwide High Score League. So the Worldwide High Score League is a international league that monitors video game high scores all around the world. And their only rule is that everyone has to have an equal chance of winning. So they make sure that everyone in the world, if you've got a phone, if you've got a computer, an internet connection, you can win. You don't have to pay anything. It's free. You can win thousands of dollars if you are great at video games.
Wow, I'm not a gamer, but this is just amazing. I never knew anything about this, that there's like a whole worldwide organization that monitors all these things. These are like the referees from the NFL or something like that, right?
Well, it's actually led by me, King Supernuts. So I'm the Grand Commissioner and final boss of the Worldwide High Score League.
Oh,
and greatest rapper in the world.
Oh my God, that is so amazing. Oh my God, now I have to. What time start? Midnight tonight, right?
Starts at midnight tonight.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look it up and see what happens. I'm not gonna play. I suck, but I'm just curious now. Now, Victor, I am gonna take you into a time machine, and we're gonna just go to the past. So you're gonna tell me, where were you and how old were you in your last year of high school?
I was in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And my last year of high school, I was just turning 18, I think. I was held back a year.
This is going to be fun. Okay.
So I was just turning 18. And I was in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
And what year was this?
1988.
88. All right. Oh, I was in like what? 8th grade. I was in 8th grade. Okay. So 1988, last year of high school. Why were you held back 1 year, if I may ask?
I'm definitely neurodivergent. And when I was younger, they did not have the facilities to deal with kids like that.
Right. We were all just like unruly.
Exactly. And so, I mean, I was actually even diagnosed when I was younger because my mother was adamant about it. But yeah, so I got diagnosed as ADHD. but I was at a time, but I got held back because I would just not pay attention in school. I was just like, I didn't even finish college either. Same reason, just because I can't sit still.
Wow. But let me ask you, right there, you were in high school at the last year. What were your thoughts on like going to college? What were you planning on doing? Or what was your like, okay, now I'm going to do this? Or did you have a clear idea, or you just were clueless at that point?
Well, I had a rough idea that I wanted to work in entertainment because I liked entertainment, but I didn't know beyond that. The biggest problem that I had when I was going to college is I just did not understand business. Like, I didn't understand business at all. I didn't understand how to build a real career. That was left out of the education of a lot of our performing arts students.
Right. But then...
And so I didn't really know what I was going to do because I was like, 18 years old. How do you know? I think that I look at kids now and like, I'm just like, I would be surprised if they're sure.
No. I don't think anybody is sure. Like, I started when I was like, I don't know, maybe ninth grade, thinking that I was going to be a dentist. I ended up signing up for computer science on my first year of college. And then some point in there, I just said, I can't take this. I have no patience, whatever. And I switched and I ended up in industrial engineering. So everybody at some point, like, kind of like doubts and change their mind because like at 18, you're way too young. So when it was time for applying to college and all that, those things that you do in senior year, what did you do?
When it was time to apply for college?
Yeah, like, you know, that I don't know about back then, but like I have a daughter that just started college freshman year this year. And a year ago, it was like a sort of like a nightmare because she didn't know what to do. And like she wanted to apply to all these colleges, right? All this bunch of essays and all this stuff in order to get accepted by a certain amount of universities. And then you have to make your decision. It's just like a whole lengthy process to do that. How was it for you back then?
I got into college because I had a scholarship. So it was actually not that hard to get into college. It was just hard to stay in college. Getting in was not, I mean, for me, it was just like I had gotten a scholarship actually before I had graduated, so I already knew where I was going.
Oh, where did you go?
University of Minnesota. I went there for 6 months.
Oh, okay. 6. So what was like the major that you applied to or something? Did you go like for the entertainment at once or like major arts major or whatever? Or did you went on something else? Oh, okay. So you went there and you took your classes and you were like, eh. What happened?
Yeah, I took classes and I was not down. I couldn't be in school. I couldn't go. I couldn't sit in a classroom of my own volition for many hours at a time and listen to people drone on. I couldn't do it. And so I had to just like get out and try to do my own thing in the world. And so I just took off and then I started figuring out if I could do things in other ways. I kind of just started hustling. That's what I did because that's what people did when I grew up. They hustle, because I grew up, low income neighborhood. So like, that's what we do. And my hustle was, I guess, very different, I guess. So I started hustling at first. This is like the 90s, like the early 90s, 1988, early 90s. And the first thing I did was I was really good with computers at the time. So I was actually just like helping businesses with computers. And because even though I wasn't in college, I was such a commodity because nobody else knew anything about computers at the time. So I was still able to get work.
Oh, right. So when was the first time that you saw a computer? Like, you have a memory of like, where was the first time that you sat down with a computer?
I remember when I was like, I think it was like 8 years old and I saw computers at Radio Shack.
Oh.
Like the TRS-80s that they had at Radio Shack.
Right?
Yes.
And then you were at the store and you were used them over there, or? Yeah,
I used to actually walk to the mall to use the computer at Radio Shack, and they would let me because I guess I was an adorable kid. I mean,
how
how couldn't I be? Anyway, so they let me just be there and hang out at Radio Shack, and I was working on the computers and I was learning about basic programming and playing video games. It's a good time.
And what kind of stuff were you doing in the computer? Was there people at the store asking you, "Oh, how did you do that?" or stuff like that?
No, I mean, I think it was just like the people who ran the store are just really nice, and they just let me hang out there. And like my mom had the number of the store, and she would be like, "Is my son at the store?" And they'd be like, "Yep," and then she'd come get me.
Oh my God! They should have gave you like a badge or something, honorary badge. Oh my God! So then, when you started hustling, you started working with different companies, help them with their computer needs and all that. And how long were you doing this?
I was doing that for a few years. I did that, and then I also worked with an improv company. So I also started making money doing improv. I worked with a company called Comedy Sports, which was an improv chain. Comedy improv chain. So there's like Comedy Sports is in like many different states. And
okay.
So with a Z because it's cool. And then Comedy Sports with a Z because it's cool.
Oh my God. So did you go, and it was like all local? Was it all in Minnesota doing all that stuff, or did you get to
so
like
we
go
were in
anywhere
Comedy
else?
Sports. We were in Comedy Sports, Minnesota. There is, so they started up their chapter. There's this guy who started it up. His name was Steve Roth. Not the best guy in the world. I'm not gonna go into the specifics.
Oh my God. So
but people out there who know him, they know what I'm talking about.
they're like, "Oh, that guy. I know him."
And so anyways, he ran Comedy Sports, but now it's actually run by people that I know because some people have taken it over. And so one of my very good friends, like the Okars, they actually run Comedy Sports in Minnesota right now, and it's still going strong.
Oh, that's crazy.
Where I learned how to be funny.
So what kind of stuff did you do in this improv? Were you showing up at different places, or it was just like the small theater where you do like sessions open up to the public for everybody to check out, or were you able to like just go places and have gigs?
It's weird. I've done improv with many different like theater companies, and so I mean I've done improv shows where it's like I was with a company called Chicago City Limits, which is actually in New York. And with their shows, like when in their heyday, we had like sold out shows every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night with like 200, 300 people at this theater in the Upper East Side in New York. And so like that was like, that for me, that was like kind of like Broadway of improv, even though like it's not really... It wasn't really like the most respected theater, but it was like an improv theater in New York where like I, as an unknown actor, could like make a living just doing improv, which was kind of cool. And then I've also done like the other improv theaters. Like, I don't know if you know what Upright Citizens Brigade is. Do you know that at all?
Not at all.
I guess it's a pretty famous improv theater in New York, and it's also in LA as well. And they used to have like a TV show. The people who started it used to have a TV show. Do you know who Amy Poehler is? Amy Poehler. So she was in the original Upright Citizens Brigade troupe, which started the theater. Yeah, Amy Poehler was one of the people in it.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go back to Minnesota. And you were doing your computer gigs and you were doing your improv gigs. How long was this? Like until what age you did this, and what pushed you kind of like, okay, I have to do the next thing?
Well, I spent a lot of time in Minneapolis, like bouncing around. And then at one point I had a couple of friends who had started, working in entertainment and were actually like making money. And then I was like, I am funny enough, I think, to also make money in entertainment. And then I moved to New York to do that. And then I moved to New York like in 97. And then when I came to New York, I immediately actually started getting work. But it wasn't what I wanted. And so I kind of had a problem and I kind of rebelled.
Well, because which kind of work was it?
Well, I was just getting in movies a lot, but then, so I'm a black person with albinism. So there's not a lot of black albino people,
right?
In entertainment. So and because I was like funny, I got cast a lot. But as like the black albino weird guy, I would always be like the weird guy in the movie.
Like the odd one out.
So like in the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, my character was called albino, and then I was the villain in the Pluto Nash movie, so I'm playing like, villains, right. Blah, blah. And so I really wanted to kind of like prove that I was talented beyond just like being physically right. different. And so I really started doing a lot more like writing and producing and stuff like that. And I've been doing that for a while. And until like, I would say like 9 years ago, that's what I was doing mostly. Like 9 years ago was the last time I produced for a TV show. I was producing for, on the Love and Hip Hop franchise. Do you know Love and Hip Hop at all?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes. I was producing this show, called Leave It to Stevie. I wasn't the producer. I was one of many producers on the show, but there was a show called Leave It to Stevie, which was a Stevie J show. And I was a producer on that. And that was like the last time that I was like producing for other people's TV shows.
But let me ask you this. Like, how do you, I have no idea about the entertainment world, but how do you learn, or do you have to get some training to start producing and writing things? Or is just like, kind of like I learn on the job kind of thing? How did you get to that?
There's all kinds of ways to get there. For me, I just really started studying the craft. I mean, when I moved to New York to make it in entertainment, I didn't take it lightly. Like I was, learning how to be an actor, learning how to be a writer. So like for years, I've been studying the craft so that when I had the opportunity and somebody's like, hey, there's a job on this TV show. Do you have work that you can show me? Then I was ready. So that's, I mean, I feel like that's, the regular way it happens.
One more question. It was like, you were doing all this, were you still working at your like computer skills, learning more programming stuff or anything like that? Or would you just put that in the back burner and were just head on onto making it profitable to be in entertainment?
I would say that I was not using my computer skills, but so when I stopped working for TV shows 9 years ago, then I was actually going to work full time in entertainment. And then so Supreme Robot, my company right now, which is a media and tech company, we were just doing mostly just media at the time. We actually had a game show that we did for Facebook Live and for Penguin Random House. Like I produced and directed this game show. It was called, what was the name of this game show? It was a debate show. It was like a funny debate show. I don't know what it is. It starts with an R, and I just can't remember what the name of the. I thought we had it on my website, but we don't have it listed on my website right now, and I don't know why it's not listed. I'll think if I think of it while we're talking. It
will come to you.
Yeah,
but let me ask you this. So you moved to New York. You started writing and producing stuff for TV, and then you stopped that 9 years ago. And at that point, were you already created your company, Supreme Robot?
Supreme Robot actually started as a pass-through. So it was an LLC because I was working in entertainment. So Supreme Robot had actually been around for many years as a one-person LLC. But then, years ago, my company became a multi-member LLC.
Okay. And you were the one that founded it, that started it all to do all your producing stuff?
Yes. So I'm the guy. So really what I am is I'm a creative lead. Like that's what I can do really well. Like I'm the type of person where if you come to me and you're like, hey, I don't know how to make this happen and to make it good, I'm the type of person who can figure out from zero how to make whatever happen. So like when Penguin Random House came to me and they're like, hey, we want to do a game show. They didn't know how to make a game show. I didn't know how to make a game show, but I know how to figure out how to make a game show and how to write it and make it good. And so we made a game show for them that they really liked. And so, but the reason that I could do it is because that's my specialty. It's just like,
right.
I can just like figure out how to make stuff entertaining and make sure how to make it work.
Right.
Both in tech and media.
How old were you when that happened, when you created Supreme Robot?
Oh, I'm sorry. So I initially was, I guess, in 35 when I initially made Supreme Robot.
Okay, 35. Okay, cool. You created Supreme Robot. You started with tiny projects and you started producing for everything. And then 9 years ago, you decided, I'm just gonna not do this anymore. Or did you just switch your focus into something else? What happened there?
9 years ago, I realized basically that if people would hire me and pay me lots of money to produce their $1 million IP, then why can't I do that for my own IP? Can't I grow my own IP to millions of dollars?
Right.
And so I wanted to. I'm not like a super famous person, but I do work in entertainment. And if you're not a super famous person and you work in entertainment, then you work like you're like a 9 to 5 or sometimes like that's what I felt like when I was working on those working on those reality shows. I was like in a cubicle and I was like, what? How did that happen when I'm an artist? And now I work in a cubicle, and that's what a reality show is, working at a cubicle. I'm like a producer in a reality show, and I go to an office every day and work in a cubicle. And I was like, this sucks. And so I just wanted to build a company around myself where I could spend more time being the artist that I am.
Oh, okay. And you were still doing your stand-up comedy stuff around all this time? And that has never stopped?
That has never stopped. I have a show tomorrow.
Oh, there you go. Is it in New York City?
Yes.
Okay. Are you going to be able to get out with all this storm and the snow?
I don't know. It might be canceled for tomorrow.
Oh, boy. Yeah, because it's still going, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I can hear my landlord outside shoveling.
Good for him. I'm in sunny Miami, baby.
Yeah, good for you.
Oh, my God. Okay. Now, you start switching the focus of Supreme Robot. Mm-hmm. What is like your first project that you start working towards, like in a way, towards yourself instead of like pouring it into others?
The first project I started working on, for myself was, let's say, I guess it was High Score Game Arcade. That's actually what I was talking about with the Worldwide High Score competition.
Okay.
So High Score Game Arcade, I actually had a very good friend of mine who is a patron of the arts, and he invested in me starting a video game arcade online.
How did this happen? Because like, it's not casually that like, okay, here's this money, do this. Or did you have the idea, or this person had the idea?
I had the idea. I wrote up a business plan, and then I pitched it to him because, yeah, he had in the past given me money to help me do different things. Like, for instance, once I had I had to go to South by Southwest, and he helped fund the trip to South by Southwest.
Okay.
And so he's done like a lot of stuff like that, like where he in the past has like helped me as a patron of the arts, but then he had also said that the door was always open if I ever wanted to pitch to him an actual like business idea or plan, that he'd be open to it. And then so I pitched him a business plan, and he invested the money.
Right.
so that I could start High Score Gamercade, which is the thing that is throwing the worldwide Tic Tac Toe Championship that starts tomorrow or tonight.
Tonight. I mean, okay. And then, so you start this new venture, and you kept it going because it's still up. You stopped there. You were like, okay, I'm happy with this. Now I'm gonna jump to the next thing. How did you transition into like many other things, like, and how you brought your other people in? Because you're telling me that you started like a solo LLC and then it started growing, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So how did you went from one project to the next? Like, how was that experience of growing it up?
It is a lot more work than I thought it was going to be. I didn't understand what being an entrepreneur was. Even now, I know that being an entrepreneur is a lot more than people can handle. Those people, especially those people who are working with bootstrapped companies and are making it work, I think that those people probably are just like amazing people. If someone is doing a bootstrap company and they really make it work, like, that person has probably, I think, proven their worth. And so it's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, but it's not insurmountable, is what I'm saying.
It's a lot of work, and it takes a lot of like no's and disappointments and like scratch that and let's do it again kind of thing. What has been the favorite thing that you have come up that you're like, oh, I am so happy with this. I'm so proud of this.
What has been my favorite thing? I mean, I have so many things that I make that I'm really proud of. I mean, because one of the things I'm trying to do is I'm only trying to make things that I am proud of. The Great Fantasy Debate. That was the name of the show. It did not start with an R, but it was called The Great Fantasy Debate. So if you search for The Great Fantasy Debate trailer, you can see the trailer of the game show that I did with with Penguin Random House. And it's all about debating sci-fi topics and stuff like that with famous book authors. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Now I remember what the name was.
Oh, now I'm like, whoa.
That's so funny.
I
don't know why that's not on our website. It should be on my website, but it's not. But whatever. It doesn't matter.
I have a new thing to watch today. Okay.
I'm sorry. What was I saying when I was suddenly hit by the name?
We were talking about how you only try to work on things that are going to make you proud.
Yeah, I only try to work on things that make me proud. Like you're talking about my favorite thing. Like, I'm working on my favorite thing right now. Like, making a Tic Tac Toe video game championship I'm so happy about it. Like, I'm ecstatic about it. Like, I'm definitely in the middle of working on some of the things that I'm the proudest of.
But it's great because it's amazing because it's like worldwide. Like, anybody can join, and there's so many people connected at the same time from anywhere in the world. Like, and that is truly amazing to me. Even though we are so used to, like, now with social media and everything, everybody's sort of like connected, but like not really. But this kind of like focus the attention of everybody to one point for pure fun. Well, and money, but fun, So you did this platform. Did you created the platform? Did you coded the platform? Did you hire somebody else to do it? And all to like, how did you get the space to host of these people for your tic-tac-toe and in this space?
Well, I have a very good friend, and he and I put the whole thing together. We put the whole thing together. Like, we did it. The two of us did it together.
Right.
And so Omar, he coded the entire website, really. Like, he did the whole website. The website was my idea, but definitely he was the guy who built it from scratch. And then, but then the video games, I make most of the video games on the website.
Here at Ardan Labs, we believe in empowering companies to reach their full potential through innovative technology solutions. Trusted by small startups and Fortune 500 companies alike, we specialize in high-performance software consulting, training, staffing, development, and now AI. With over 14 years of experience, Ardan Labs has trained over 30,000 engineers and served over 1,000 companies worldwide. Whether you're mastering Go, Rust, Kubernetes, Terraform, or blockchain, we're your strategic partner for performance-grade solutions. Let's elevate your tech journey together. Reach out to Ardan Labs today.
Did you coded the video games too?
Yes. I mean, although it's like light coding. Like a lot of the video games have engines where you don't have to code a lot.
Right. Which programming do you use? Did you use just JavaScript and stuff like that?
It does use JavaScript, but I'm also using an engine called Construct 3.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Now, I heard that you're involved in a project that you give an AI your ideas for a book and the AI writes your book. Like, can you tell me something about that?
Sure. It's not real. It's so, I don't want people to get the idea that the AI writes the book for you, because it doesn't. What it does is it helps you get your ideas into a book format. So the feature that you're talking about is called the Writing Coach, and it's on this website called Magic Bookifier. And it's a website that I created, and Bookifier is spelled like purifier, but book. And then,
okay.
So what the Writing Coach does is you can sit down at the Writing Coach and you can say, hey, I want to write a book about this. Okay. And then it will interview you. And then by the time it's done with the interview, you have a first draft of your book. So really, it's your ideas, and it's just taking you through the process and the structure by interviewing you.
Oh, okay. So it kind of like tell me everything, and then here it is what you can work on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which LLMs are you using for this thing? Like, which models are you using for this thing? Are you using like the OpenAI, ChatGPT, Gemini, I don't know, Claude? Like,
we actually use different models for different tasks. So like it just kind of like depends, because it's actually kind of like an elaborate system that we built. Like the reason that people really like what the Magic Bookifier is because we built a system specifically for writing in a different way. For instance, like the interview style of writing with a person, that doesn't exist in any other AI tool as far as I know. And so,
oh, okay.
So when we put our systems together, like we just try to pick the best AI for whatever specific task along the line of tasks that, are part of the entire system.
Right. How long did it take you to put this together?
Several months. I think it was like 4 or 5 months when we did the first version of Magic Bookifier. That was basically back when AI could not write code, so we were just doing it ourselves, of course. And again, mostly Omar. Anyway, but I mean, he would do the code, but most of what I did was I would write. I would do the prompting. I would design the systems, and then I would write the prompting, and then he'd code the websites, because he's a super whiz at JavaScript.
Okay, so it would be funny because you would be like, oh, I wonder we can do this and this and that, and Omar like, oh my God, here comes Victor again. What now?
I'm sure he's been like that.
So is this project, this Magic Bookifier, is it have you taken it for a ride with a lot of people? How many people are using this, or which people is this oriented to? Like, who can use it?
Magic Bookifier is for people, like if you ever wanted to write a book and you just it's hard to get going, then probably Magic Bookifier is for you. Magic Bookifier is specifically aimed at nonfiction, but if you wanted to write like a biographical or autobiographical story, and it's the type of thing that maybe you would sit down, like say if you could afford a ghostwriter, like a ghostwriter would do, would work with you, then you can use the writing coach instead, and it can just interview you about your idea. Because all you really need is to you just need to know your story. And wouldn't it be easier to write if someone asked you the right questions to tell your story? And that's what it does. So it's for that. It's for if you've got a story to tell and you just don't know how to get started, it's going to help you get started.
That is brilliant. Are you afraid that this is going to like the general concern of everybody is that AI is going to replace everything? Mm-hmm. Do you feel that Magic Bookifier is kind of like a threat for some people?
I don't think it's threatening. I think that people perceive it as a threat because some people perceive all AI as a threat. But that's, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you because I can't. It's a tool. It's a thing. It can be a threat if someone terrible is using it, but it also can be very helpful.
It's like every time. Well, at this point in my life, I'm 50 now, and then like I've seen like a little, like every major change from one technology to the next, and every single time somebody is screaming in the back, "Oh my God, we're all gonna lose our jobs. Everything is gonna be replaced," and that happened every single time. When the internet came out, it's evil, it's blah, 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 blah. Then social media and everybody is saying the same thing. And now it's AI, and AI is like finishing everybody. So that's what I was like thinking, especially with the creative space. A lot of people are like concerned that there are not going to be more creative jobs because AI is going to be creating anything. So has anybody elevated that concern to you or not? Or it's just like...
Yeah, I mean, people are afraid, but I think unreasonably so. I actually don't even engage in like conversations about it because sometimes people argue against something and they're so uninformed that it just like makes no sense to like waste your time trying to...
Yes.
Yeah, because like so I have a system that I use to help people write books, right? And the system that I use also is being developed as an educational tool. So like that system that I described to you, I had a nonprofit organization look at it and they reviewed it, and they also agreed that it should be used to develop as a educational tool. So the idea that someone, without seeing how AI can be used positively, would just turn their nose up to it. People turn their nose up to AI as a whole, but AI is just like anything. It's like electricity. Like electricity is a utility, but electricity fuels many different types of products. Same thing with AI. You could have a crappy TV or you could have a good TV. And
right,
AI,
exactly.
And they can both use electricity. And that's the same thing with AI in applications. Like there are very, very good things and there are bad things.
Yeah, like yes, I completely agree with you. But you just said something that you are involved in a nonprofit organization that help like with your system of how to write. Am I correct?
Yes. So Rising Tide Educators, which is helmed by Julie Lopatcher, who is a doctor, and she Rising Tide Educators specializes in helping neurodivergent students with higher education. And so she looked at the writing coach and saw that it could help people focus and get their ideas out because it leads you along the road of finishing your work. It doesn't do it for you. It just helps you. It asks you the right questions so that you can get your story out.
That's amazing.
Think of it like if you had a teacher who took the time to ask you the right, like if you had trouble writing a paper, and you had a teacher who took the time to ask you the right questions so that you could finish writing the paper. And that's what the writing coach does for people.
That's an amazing thing. Like that idea originated from all the production and writing things that you did, and the fact of like from this need of the neurodivergent population of like sinking their thoughts in and putting them into like a concrete work. Because like I do feel like sometimes my mind, I can't land any plane that is flying in my head, you know, like that I need some light or something that is like here to land everything where it needs to be. Did it come out from that and the sudden availability of AI everywhere and all that? How did you come up with that idea? I guess that's what I'm asking.
Actually, because I was lazy, I had a podcast that was really I had a popular episode of a podcast, and I was like, I want to take the information that we talk about in this podcast and turn it into an ebook to give it out to people. And then I was like, I had the transcript, and I was like, okay, now I need to go through the transcript and organize all of these notes and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, can I make AI do this? Like, because this sucks. Like going through the transcript and organizing notes. And that's exactly the type of thing that AI should do, like the manual labor, you know, kind of like the cognitive manual labor. And so I started experimenting with it, and I found out that it could do it. And then I was like, oh, then can it do this? And then one thing led to another, and I was like, if I wanted to write a book, I would love it if somebody sat me down and interviewed me. And that's what I developed, Magic Bookifier.
It's almost like Magic Bookifier is like writing the prompts that I should be writing the AI for me, and then prompt like pushing me into the right direction.
Yeah, Magic Bookifier is like a seasoned writer is helping you write. So the thing about AI is you can transfer expertise if the AI is put together or programmed or prompted correctly. For instance, like if you want to write a book, okay? If you want to write a book, you may not know where to get started or how to get started or what questions to ask to get started, right? But right. I do, because I've done that professionally for many, many years. But right. You can't afford necessarily to hire me to help you write a book. But if I can take my expertise and show AI how to ask the right questions of you, like I would, to help, like, so I try to teach the AI how to ask the right questions, the same type of questions that I would ask had you hire me. And so rather than you paying the thousands of dollars that it would cost to hire me, right. You can use this app that is programmed by me to use my technique to help you write a book.
That's really great. It's like I have Victor at home helping me out.
Yeah, it's sort of like that. Like I'm at your house.
Right.
It's like I'm right there, right at your house.
Man.
Make me spaghetti.
Okay. Well, it's a cheap price to pay for a book. I mean, if I get famous, man, I will send you flowers.
Yeah, you should write a book with it. I mean, you should. It's not hard to get started with it. It's very easy to get started.
Well, that's really cool. That's really interesting. Like, oh man. And then I get the draft, and then I'm the one that just finished the book. Correct? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, cool. Now, since 9 years ago, this was what, 2019? Yeah. You made your switch. You started with your worldwide high score and all this. What was your next project after that?
After what? The worldwide high score?
Yes.
But I'm in the middle of it right now.
Oh, you still, do you have, you also are involved in Magic Bookifier. How many of these things Supreme Robot is handling?
A few. The apps are different though, because the apps are like, once the apps are made, then maintaining the apps is not as difficult as building them, and so
right.
But they do take time to grow, and so we do have like a bunch of different apps. And then recently, I actually had sold a patent to this tech company called Infinite Reality. And that tech company, unfortunately, they got in some trouble with the SEC. I don't know exactly what's going on, but they have not paid me my money.
Lord.
So, I've been focusing on High Score Game Arcade because that is actually a property that we have that we really believe in. I mean, we do have a lot of other things too. We have lots of podcasts. We've got other apps that do different things, mostly for creatives.
Okay, so you stay within your creative niche, and you started developing all these apps. And now, how many people you have working with you? It started from like you and Omar, and now how many more people are involved in this?
I have 3 full-time employees, and I have 3 part-time employees.
Good. And then, and now all this, you still going with your stand-ups everywhere. Do you travel a lot outside New York, or you just concentrated in the
No, I travel a lot.
Area?
I'm going to be at South by Southwest this week too. Or not this year, March 12th.
Nice. Any chance of coming to Miami?
Maybe eventually.
Good. Hopefully. I will see you here. Yes.
Love it.
Man. All right. Okay. Are you planning on going back into like the acting, or still, this space has never changed from where you left it from?
No, I still act. I still write. I still direct films. I actually have a documentary feature that I'm going to start taking around called Realm of LARP, which is about LARPers. And I still do all of that.
Wow, you're like a Pandora's box full of things that we are just desperate to open and come out with a lot of stuff that we will never stop being surprised, correct?
I hope you'll never stop being surprised.
That's good. That's good. I like it, because I was looking at your name and the profile, and then the first thing that you told me is that you are hosting a worldwide championship Tic Tac Toe. I never expected that.
You just wait. I'll send you the tonight at midnight. Check it out.
I just went onto the page, and it's like right there. Midnight Championship Lounges in New York City. Is it at a physical space, or is everybody going online?
Online. Anybody could.
Okay.
All you have to do is go to highscoregamearcade.com. Anybody online will be able to play. The whole world.
All right, Victor. So you moved into New York, and you never left New York? Or did you go anywhere else? Or did you move to anywhere else, or you just stay in New York?
I was in Los
Minnesota?
Angeles for 7 years.
When did you move to LA? You went to New York, and from there you went to LA?
Yeah, I went to New York, and then I went to LA, and then back to New York. I went to LA for work.
Okay. So, and you stayed there for 7 years?
I did. I stayed there for 7 years, and I came back to New York.
What made you move to New York?
Work again. Yeah.
Work again. Okay. But what kind of work? Because you were working on your own stuff for Supreme Robot, or were you working for somebody else that you had to be there?
I was working for a video game company, so I was like a writer for like a comedy video game. It never came out. Okay. It was called like Rat Race. It was like a comedy video game that took place in an office, and it had some funny stuff, but like I believe it fell apart technically, unfortunately. So
What year was that?
what year was that? That was, oh wait, okay. On the comedy video game writing team was Chelsea Peretti. Do you remember you know who Chelsea Peretti is?
Who is that?
Do you ever see Brooklyn Nine-Nine, the TV show?
Yes.
The crazy
yes.
secretary lady?
Gina.
Yeah. So Chelsea
Yes.
Peretti was on the team. We were writing video games together.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So she's so funny.
She is.
I'm sure she hated that video game job. I mean, we all kind of did. But it's so funny. Yeah. So we were writing this comedy office video game. It sounds terrible when you say it out loud. That's what we were doing.
Did you ever watch that show on Apple TV called Mystery Quest? Mystery Quest, is it called? That is
Mystery
like
Science Theater?
No? It's with Rob McElhenney, the one from It's Always Sunny in
Mythic
Philadelphia.
Quest.
Yeah, Mythic Quest. There
I
you
have
go.
not watched it, no.
Oh, that show, you should watch it. It's like about a company that produces video games. So I think you would
Really?
enjoy it. Yes, it is
Oh, that's
really
interesting.
interesting. Yeah, you would enjoy it because it's really funny and it shows like the back door, like the behind the scenes of the company that writes video games and produces video games.
I like it.
So
I like it.
Yeah, you should watch it. It's really funny. And the acting is really good. It's very good.
Nice.
So
I like
which year were you working with Gina? Look at me, Gina. With Peretti. When with Chelsea Peretti? When were you working? Which year was this?
I don't know if it, like, I can Google and find out. Hold on a second. 2007. Oh, this is an article that came up in Wired, which is writer explains why rat race clips weren't funny. This is about the video game. Okay, so this is what happened. So the guy who, this is so funny. The guy who ran, like the CEO who ran the video game company, he was like not a comedian. He hired me to be the comedy writer.
Right.
Okay. And so at one point we had like rough edits of these scenes and he thought they were hilarious. And I was like, no, these are rough edits. Okay. These are rough edits. He goes, send them to me so I can show them to some people. And I was like, no, don't show them to anybody. And he's like, I'm the CEO.
Oh my God.
I'm the CEO. Send them to me. And I was like, no, because you're not going to send them. You're going to send them out. And he goes, I won't send them to anybody. I promise. And I was like, you won't? Because these are rough. Don't send them to anybody. And I was like, I can't stop you. You're the CEO. But I'm not going to stop you from looking at having these clips. You own them, but don't send them to me. I'm serious. And he was like, I won't. Let me read that headline to you again, because he sent them out. Writer explains why rat race clips weren't funny. So I then had to go talk to Wired magazine because he sent them out, and then everybody was like, this game isn't funny. And I was like, dude. And then I had to go to Wired magazine and be like, they were not supposed, they were like rough clips. They were like rough edited, they weren't funny. Like, he thought they were funny because he wasn't a comedian. I knew they weren't funny. I knew that they were like rough. They were great roughs, but not the thing you should send out to people. And he sent it out to everybody. Everybody.
Oh my God. The guy was desperate to make it happen. Like, whatever I show will be fine. He's funny. This is funny.
Yeah.
Oh my
I think
God.
I had a quote in here, like, where what did I say? They said, according to Varnado, the clips that ran on game trailers weren't actually meant to be released. And then they quoted me. Here's what really happened. Some of the stuff that was leaked onto game trailers was some of the stuff meant for internal use, not something that was a finished product that would go out. We'll make sure that what we put out next is something we've gone over and that we're proud of. So I didn't get to throw the guy under the bus, but I can do it now because the company's long gone. But yeah, he released it when I told him not to.
Oh my God! See, that's what happened when you don't listen to the experts.
Yeah, you hired me. You hired me specifically.
Well, no wonder. Yeah, to do that, and then
Yeah.
you do it, and he didn't like it. Oh
That's so
my
crazy.
God! Well, no wonder they're not here anymore. Oh
real.
well, so you obviously, after creative disagreements, didn't stay with the game writing, and that was, were you in LA or were you in New York already?
No, that was in New York. So I moved back to New York for that job. And
Okay.
then when that job was done, what did I do next? Oh, I ended up doing a lot of independent productions for a while. And that led me to working my first job as a producer on a TV show. I believe it was called What History Forgot, or wait, it was either called What History Forgot. Oh, no. It was called Monuments Men. Okay, this is what the TV show was. This is a reality show. It's a reality project show, okay, of the categories of reality shows. So Monuments Men was a show that was trying to capitalize on the popularity of Duck Dynasty. And what they did was they had these two guys that look like kind of like hillbilly dudes and have big beards. But what they do is they build monuments. So like they'll go to a town and they'll be like, you know, the famous person at the town has to have a statue built, and they would like do the statues. And then we would follow them along. And then our job as producers was like, say they would do a statue and like they were doing a bust of, say, Tesla. Okay. So then I would research Nikolai Tesla as much as possible and then write scripts for them so that they looked like they knew what they were talking about.
Oh my God, that is crazy. Oh my God. How long does this show run for?
I think it was a couple of seasons. I don't remember exactly how many. I mean, when I first started, I was working on just like, obviously not like the best shows in the world. And then, I mean, none of them are even, but like when I was first starting out, I worked on many shows that were like not name shows. There were no name, just reality shows. I mean, obviously that what I just described to you was not like the epitome of reality shows.
Oh my God. What did you do after that?
Well, I would say after that, I stayed in that lane like I did. I worked in reality shows for many, many years until I was working for Love and Hip Hop, and then from there to here.
Love and Hip Hop was big.
Yeah, they're huge.
Yeah. Was that your favorite one? Or there was one that you were like, oh man, I really like that and I loved it, or like there was one that was close to your heart? Like,
No, I
you
hated
enjoyed
all
it?
of the reality shows. I hate them all.
Why?
I hate them all.
Why?
I have worked on documentary stuff that I thought was great, but just like reality shows in general, no.
Yeah,
Why do I hate
but-
them?
Yes, I want to know, because I want to know if this the same reason, if we're on the same page. I want you to tell me.
Because they don't help people. They don't help people at all. They don't help people think. They don't make society better. I mean, reality shows can be super entertaining. And I totally get that they can be super, super entertaining. And I've enjoyed reality shows here and there too. But just in general, I mean, for what they are, it's just like, it's no different than like hating cotton candy. A lot of people love cotton candy. You know, and some people don't. There you go. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just like reality shows are cotton candy. Some people love them. I don't.
I just think it's ironic that they are called reality. Like they have that word in it because it's anything bad, you know?
Yeah, you nailed it.
It feels really fake to me. So it's just like not like I don't know. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna put my brain into the night table and then I'll watch TV. That's what it is for, I guess. You don't need to think. Like when you were done with reality shows, when you were like, I'm tired of this, like this is not joyful, or this is not making anything better. And then what was the next thing you did after your reality shows?
Well, the first thing I did was the game show when I started my own company, and then I did the Great Fantasy Debate, and then the pandemic hit. And
what happened during that time?
Yeah, so that was when the pandemic hit. Was when I started working back on computers, and because there's nothing else to do, and so that's when Magic Bookifier came to be.
Oh, that's when you started working in Magic. Oh, back then, AI was like crawling, like
right?
yeah, it was just starting. Nobody was thinking any three things about it. So what models did you use back then to start your quest on this Magic Bookifier?
I mean, at the very beginning, I think everybody. I mean, at least I was using GPT-2, definitely.
Oh, okay.
GPT-2, GPT 2.5. Finally, GPT-3.
Right. And then have you moved on from GPT? Like, have you found, or have you made like a combination of different ones?
That's what I do now. I do a combination of different things for different tasks.
For different, okay, yes. Like, I think that's like where everybody's finding their sweet spot to combine. Like, they have discovered that every single one has like a strength in certain areas, and then they combine to get whatever it is that you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay. How does your platform for Magic Bookifier gets affected, if at all, with these models like updating any like at least 3 times a day sometimes? How do you handle that?
I have not found that models update 3 times. What models are you using that update 3 times a day?
Well, my husband is trying to find a way to have your models run locally instead of on the cloud. So while he's working,
that's different. That's a different thing.
Yeah. So while he's
totally
working at that, when the model updates and then kind of like you're coding, then it's like we're
talking the difference between like we're trying to deploy a commercial product, and your husband is hacking. So of course he's using like whatever's like the absolute latest thing. I get it, but like yeah, we're using like every model that we use, like definitely you've heard of, like Gemini, Claude. Like we use established models so that we can because they're not 100% reliable, but we have to be as reliable as we can to our customers. So
right, of course.
So we can't use the models that are changing every day. I mean, we could, but our customers wouldn't be happy because it wouldn't get service.
Because you're still running in the cloud, and that's why you're doing because you have to support everybody. All right. So the pandemic hit. You start working in Magic Bookifier. What happened to all the other creative projects that were happening at the time? Like, how hard was the pandemic for you and Supreme Robot?
Yeah, it was very hard. I mean, I feel like the pandemic was hard for a lot of people, especially in our case, because we just released that game show, and then right when we released it, the pandemic hit. So we did not, as a new company that was making our first big thing, we didn't get to ride the wave of that success.
Right. Oh, right, because who was going to participate? Nobody could go anywhere. Yeah, so we
couldn't shoot anything. Like we couldn't do whatever should be next.
So it couldn't after the pandemic, you couldn't even like latch into whatever it was pre-pandemic and relaunch because the moment had passed.
I mean, it was 2 years, so yeah. And and maybe more. Like, I don't even know if it's over.
Well, for some people, it's like never, like some people got discover a whole different world after the pandemic.
Yeah.
Like it went hard in many people and very different for many people. Were you were in New York, correct?
I was in New York.
Yeah. Like, yes, New York, and like I was in Florida. Like here, it was very different than New York. Here, it was like people would go out. You would see people running in the streets. You would see certain restaurants open and people sitting outside. It was like very different. I would speak with people from other cities and states and whatever, and they were like, oh, we haven't been outside in forever. And we were like, oh no, we've been outside since, I don't know, June 2020, you know? Like, and everybody was like, what? Big bad man, it's Florida.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, Florida obviously is, they they had a very different experience.
Yes, Florida's a whole different animal.
So for me, like, I was in Queens, and Queens, New York was the epicenter of the pandemic in the United States. And so we were really on lockdown. Like, everybody was like you couldn't do anything. Like, and rightfully so. Like, we're the worst place in the whole United States. Like, of course they locked us down hard. Right.
Like, you cannot be left alone. You have to get inside and knock it out. How long was it like until when in there you were able to like just go out freely? I mean, even with the mask and all, but like going out sort of normal.
I don't know. I feel like it was almost a year, I feel like we were inside for months. And then it was more than a year. Like, a year later, I feel like everybody was still very, like, nervous.
Yes, skittish of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I still freak out when people cough next to me.
Oh, no. That changed us forever.
Yeah, right?
Before the pandemic, somebody would sneeze next to you, and you'd be like, bless you. And now somebody sneezes next to you, like, eh.
Yeah, you like lean away. You're like, oh, my God.
Like, I'm going to die, you know? Yeah. That's I don't think that'll ever change again, like back to the way it was. That was something that was broken and was never put back together. Like, nobody can forget anymore about like germs and whatever. Like, it's in our heads. Now, right after the pandemic, you couldn't do your game show. What was like the first, and you started working with your Magic Bookifier. What was the first thing that you were able to do, like, out in the world with Supreme Robot? Or did it change the dynamic of what you did?
Wait, the first thing I was able to do out in the world?
Yeah, like, you know how you got your game show and you were able to record it and whatever, but the pandemic hit, you couldn't do it anymore. Were you able to have the ability to create another show, produce another show that was, like, out there? Because, like, on TV, we saw many shows that weren't recording, and then little by little, everybody was kind of like going back to pre-pandemic levels. How did you handle that transition from pandemic to post-pandemic?
I experimented. We actually did a show that was produced like completely outside, like on the back of a truck. We shot like a giant like comedy concert, and that was really fun.
Was it a comedy concert? How does that work?
Well, we had a pickup truck, pointed lights at it, and then we had everyone performing on that show. Yeah, it was just like had Paula Poundstone, Alana Glazer, Roy Wood Jr., me. Bonnie McFarlane, Janine Garofalo, just like a lot of great people on it.
Wow. And then everybody was, where did you park that truck?
We put it in the middle of a parking lot, and everyone was outside. Like it was during like the waning pandemic, so like had to be outside. So everybody was outside for the whole concert. Yeah.
But that's a great idea, man. And then you had a lot of people going. How did you promote it? Was it like you posted it out on social media? Was it on TV? Was it on like YouTube or something?
I think we promoted it any way we could. It wasn't on TV, but it was mostly just like in New York with New York locals.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's really great. Oh, that reminds me of, well, it's not exactly the same thing, but that's remind me, Huntsville, Alabama, they have some event that runs in the month of May that is like front porch concerts. So people in certain area of the city, they lend their porch for musicians, and people go to the street, through the block street, and they bring chairs and blankets, and they sit down and they hear the concert and from somebody's front porch. It's like a great thing. You just remind it, like it just gave me the same vibe. Everybody together in music and a good time outside. Okay, so you did your concerts, your comedy concerts, and then this was what, 2021?
Which
or still 2020?
Oh, you
your
mean
comedy concerts on the back of the truck?
Yeah, I think that was around 2021. Yeah,
2021, and then after that. Between 2021 and 2022, did you produce any shows, or were you more centered on your tech, or was it like a mix of everything?
So around then, 2021, 2022, that was when WikiListen and High Score Gamercade became real, because they came around 2022. So for the past 3 years, I've been running those properties. And WikiListen is a podcast where I read Wikipedia pages. And High Score Gamercade is, of course, the world's greatest online video game arcade where anybody can play and everyone can win.
All right. Tell me about that podcast. How did you pick which Wikipedia page you're going to read?
Just whatever I'm interested in. Just like I pick whatever, we read any sort of page that I'm interested in. One of my favorite pages was one called Ferret Legging. And it's about the sport that happens, I believe it's in Australia, where people put ferrets in their pants and they see who can hold the ferrets in their pants the longest. And that's like a real sport.
God, no way.
Yeah, isn't it crazy?
Oh my God. How do you even pick? Like, I don't know. Like, do you go on the internet and see something interesting and you're like, that's the next podcast? How do you pick?
It's just by interest, I come across things and every once in a while, or I find something that's interesting that I want to read about, and I'll read about it.
Okay. And then is it just you, or you have other people with you reading about it and like commenting on it or stuff like that?
I have a co-host. Her name is Rachel.
Okay. So it's you and Rachel destroying the Wikipedia pages. I see that.
Yeah, we read through them. We don't destroy them. We just read through them.
So these are your two properties now that you're working on. And when were you able to make Magic Bookifier, like put it in like mainstream, or like when was it ready to like open it up to the world?
I guess that was around the same time, a couple of years ago, like when because it's open to the world right now. It's been open for a while.
That's really good. So you have those three projects, and those are like the center of your Supreme Robot company right now. Is there anything that you are curious now that you're like, I want to get on this? Like you have your eye on it, or?
I am very curious right now. You remember what a Tamagotchi was?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm making a Tamagotchi that anybody can have on their phone. which is
Oh.
that's run by AI. Hold on, let me show you. This is so stupid, but yeah. So yeah, I'm making a Tamagotchi. Oops. So
This
there
way.
you
Okay. Oh. And this one you can play with it and feed them and all that?
Well, you can't feed it. You can talk to them, and then they have
Oh.
emotions, and they know what time it is. And they know what time it is, and they have emotions, and you can talk to them. Like, hold on a second. Hey, what else did we talk about today?
I don't know.
Oh.
Why don't you try having an original thought for a change? I'm exhausted and frankly don't care what you want to talk about. Just make it quick if you're going to keep pestering me.
So you can change. You can have their personality be whatever you want. Obviously.
That is so funny. Oh my God. I have
You're
a
embarrassing me in
middle
front
schooler
of my
daughter.
friend.
Maybe if you weren't so embarrassing to talk to, we wouldn't have this problem. I'm just sitting here being me, so don't blame me for how pathetic you look. Either say something useful or go away.
Wow.
That was
Saucy.
rough. That was rough. So you hopefully you can adapt to different personalities. Like you can switch it.
Yeah, you
That
can.
one is the most fun.
You can tell. So what? Right now, here, let me show you this really quick. So like, if you look here, what I can do is I can go here, oops, and then here you can actually program its personality. So
Oh, okay.
you can just tell it what kind of personality you want it to have.
Oh, all right.
And then
Oh
this
no,
is
but
really
that
funny.
is so much
So
fun.
So I gave it a negative personality. I said super belligerent was a personality. So
Super
when you-
belligerent.
Yeah, and so when you use it, it's really funny. See how its emotions are really negative right now?
Right.
Because I gave it a negative personality, all of its emotions are now negative too, which is kind of funny.
Oh my God. And that you're going to develop that as an app that you can download and just put in your phone.
Yeah, I think so. It's really fun. It's just stupid and
Oh
fun.
yeah, it is. It is because I see. I have a middle schooler daughter, and I think she would love that. She was always curious about that Tamagotchi thing, and she was like, "How was that?" And I was like, "That wasn't entertaining. You would make the thing die every time you forgot about it. So it's nah. It's not like it was a thing, but it's not a thing. Don't worry about it." But if I show her that, oh my God, she would have a feast day with that.
Yeah, and you
It
can
almost
put it on your-
sounds like her talking to her stepdad.
Yeah, you can put it on your phone or you can put it on your computer, and and it's just cute because it has a whole face. So like that's my favorite part. Like I just have a face on the thing. That's what I like about it.
That is funny. Oh my God. Imagine. Oh, all the damage that you can do with that. So this is your latest development. And this is where you're gonna take, oh, this is gonna be so much fun. Oh man. Imagine putting that with those images have you seen those images that people are generating with ChatGPT that is like, tell with everything you know about me, just create a cartoon, and everybody's creating the cartoons and everything. It's like, and giving them that voice, that would be so much fun. Because they will be all looking cute, and then they open their mouth and sound like that. Does it have a name?
What? This? Yeah.
Your app?
Beep. Oh, yeah. It's called Beep Boop.
Beep boop. Okay. All right. Victor, we're about to wrap up. But before we leave, I want to ask you, if somebody wants to reach out to you for anything, advice, or they have an idea that wants you to develop or anything at all, how can they find you?
Just go to supremerobot.com.
supremerobot.com.
Yes.
Perfect. And they can find you there. Any other socials or anything that you usually use or they can reach, but
You can find me.
Supreme
that's
Robot
the
is
easiest
the
place to find me. Yeah.
easiest place to find you. All right. Okay. Victor, thank you so much. This has been so much fun. It's been great talking to you. Thank you so much for joining us today. And this is Alec Kennedy signing off with Victor Varnado for the Ardan Labs Podcast. Thank you and see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, Victor. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.